It starts with a wizard, he's old and he's wise, and though he is small, there is strength in his size. The Goliath from the west, he's not smart, but he's strong. The Flagon Slayers, this is their song. Now the warlock, he's lost all the memories he had, 'cause to deal with a demon went seemingly bad. And the druid on his quest to save the shadow plane, when you hear tortured souls, you'll remember his name. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on. The cleric, she heals in the light of the moon. She wants to find purpose, it'll come someday soon. Then the rogue draws his sword, metals clashing again. When it comes to a duel, he will always win. They're the Flagon Slayers, they drink and they fight. They're the Flagon Slayers, by day or by night. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Flagon Slayer. So I know it's been a little while.
Summer.
Hello.
Thank you, Zach. But we're finally back, and hopefully we'll be more consistent again. I know we said that last time.
It's hard with summer.
But you know, life gets crazy. Hunter gets engaged. Congratulations,
Hunter.
You are a very, very lucky man, and you know it. So, without further ado, let's get back into it. So, last time, as I had to remind myself and everyone else, I believe, the party was confronted by the masked figure, along with his lieutenants. After fierce battling and rescuing of children, the party split off into two groups. Anzu's group, comprised of everyone but... Oh, is it three groups? I thought you were with them. Did you not teleport Zygon?
Remember, he teleports Rebecca.
Oh,
he had that
yeah,
one. He had our
that
original teleportation stones from like.
Well, that makes the DM's plans a little bit harder, but he's rolling with it because he completely forgot about that section.
Okay.
Three groups. We have Zygon going back to his estranged wife. Anzu taking the Targaryen family, along with some others, to the Feywild, and then Animas taking Annie and Rupert.
Dead Rupert.
He's not.
He's pretty much dead.
He's real close. To the Shadowfell. So, let's see here. I would like Hunter, or Anzu, Zygon, and Animas all to roll d20s for me, and we'll decide who goes first. We'll decide which group goes first.
What a roll.
Call me Hunter one more time, and you won't have a mouth.
Can I have advantage?
You have that authority. No, you cannot have.
I don't.
Rolled an 8.
Anzu rolled an 8. That's very Anzu.
I know.
I might go first.
No,
what?
You won't.
Did you roll a 20?
I did.
I rolled an 18. Hold on, let me add guidance.
There's no.
I got a
adds
20.
To this. This is an outside of game affected roll.
Okay.
So, the one that I forgot, Zygon.
The one that got away.
Because it's been 3 weeks and my notes aren't great. So you got impaled, correct?
Correct, and I was dying, and I had one last gasp.
Okay, cool.
And witty remark, and bailed out.
and then you were out. So, Zygon, you appear. Let's see. It was nighttime in Singorn, so it's early day. Yeah, it's early day in Vasselheim. So Zygon, you appear seemingly out of nowhere, lying flat on the ground, wound, bleeding profusely, and above you is just a canopy of trees with streams of early morning light coming through. You can hear what sounds like probably 10 to 15 people running, like in a regimented sort of way. You look around. You don't see it, but you hear it. You just...
Try and get over to a corner. Have a
I
wall
need you to
behind me.
roll. Need you to roll a athletics check since you are currently bleeding pretty bad.
Like, he did 76 damage. Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
like, down, but, like, it definitely hurt.
Yeah. This is more for flavor than it is for what would happen in actual combat.
14.
14. All right. So you stumble up as the wound continues to bleed. And you get over to a tree. I need you to make a perception check. Also, look at all these D6s that I got.
Use a spoon next time. It's really soft.
Man, I'm loving my purple dye today. 17.
17. Zygon's coming back strong. He's like, we took a good break. I'm ready. So you look around, and you see this group of what looks like squires. Like they're dressed in kind of squirely robes, and you see them running in like a regiment. It looks like an early morning training session. And you can see at the front of the procession is your wife. Full plate armor on.
Oh, yeah.
And she is outpacing everyone else. But she does not appear to see you.
I tell where they're headed.
They're heading back to the base.
I will try to get to the base without arousing too much suspicion.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
$17.
Wow.
I'm killing it.
Yeah, so you creep through the woods, small spattering of blood coming from your wound. It's starting to kind of slow down. Thanks to your perhaps due to your arcane nature, perhaps due to your contract with your patron, your wound is starting to close. You make it to the camp shortly before the group does. You kind of took the long way, or the shortcut. They took the long way. But yeah, she eventually sees you. She immediately comes running over. What's wrong? Are you okay?
Been better. I've been better.
I can see that. And she clasps her hands around your wound, and you can feel yourself being revitalized. Let's see. She's going to use lay on hands.
A classic. Big paladin move right there.
Big paladin moves. It sounds like Guy Fieri. That's a classic paladin maneuver. Let's see here. Lay on hands. Okay. You heal... No, it'd be higher than that. Math numbers. You heal 60 hit points.
Yeah, okay.
Level 12 paladin. So you feel yourself rejuvenated. Your captain's clothes, Zygon, drenched in blood and soot from the burning fire, words is hard.
Do you know a dry cleaner? Somebody?
This isn't the first time that I've gotten bloodstains out of your clothes. Where is
Fair.
everyone? Why are you alone?
Oh, big scary guy with the sword that almost killed me once. You know, did it again, but I saved some children this time. But I'm not sure where they are.
Okay. Well, we can solve one problem at a time. She points over to one of the captains. Captain Bryant, will you please
My ears
take
perk up at Captain.
will you please take these trainees to the obstacle course? I have family matters to attend to. He said right away. He's also, you can tell he is not wearing full plate armor. And as the two of you start walking, you hear a few of the recruits saying, "She's ridiculous. She was outrunning me." I know, that's great. Who does that? A little bit of pride swells. She brings you in, and you see two young women, probably around 15, sitting at the table having breakfast. You see one you recognize as your daughter, taller for her age, ASMR features, pale, but around like 6 foot tall. And then you see a familiar person, but the last time you saw them, they were much younger. You see a girl who looks to be 15, 16, elf-like features, except her hair is pure white. The eyes are like this cerulean blue. And the two of them don't seem to notice you. You see they're kind of playing, kind of giggling to themselves.
Hello, girls.
They turn around. They're both surprised to see you. What? Your daughter just... Why are you... Why are you covered in... And then
You should see the other guy.
The other one kind of chuckles at that. I told you guys that if you didn't have me, you were going to start getting hurt.
It's true. It's true.
Zygon, make a perception check.
15.
15. For those of you who may not recall who this is the 5-headed dragon that you hatched.
Oh yeah.
Considerably older. Considerably older than the last time you saw them. Who knows?
Bronze child.
Parts unknown. But yeah, it's kind of weird. They've aged rapidly.
Time. Pretty wild stuff. You're so big.
They're so big. That is amazing.
Still not used to children.
You see the two of them kind of clean up. And then Lilith comes over. Okay, Mom, we're gonna head over to the Platinum Dragon Sanctuary. This is okay, girl. Be careful. Right, start going. You then hear this just loud, almost bird-like roar as you feel the building shake from the impact of wings, creating a gust. A lot bigger than you remember.
Okay. Who is this?
Oh no! That was the dragon going. That was taking your daughter to school.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what do you
Well,
want to do?
probably a good idea to have them together.
Yeah, that's what we thought. It's a weird thing to put them together because if one of them gets captured, the other one is likely to. But they terrify me. Never let them know that. But they are very powerful.
That's good to know.
You're not going to use them in any of your schemes.
No, never.
I'm serious, Zygon.
Oh my god.
I am too.
She begins to take off her plate armor. Zygon, I need you to make a perception check.
Just a 9 this time.
9. There's something kind of tugging at the back of your mind. You don't quite know what it is, but it feels like you're being watched.
I start looking around. Do I see anything?
No. Just a normal house. You see a few weapons that are kind of posted up on the walls. You see like a small bookshelf with not too small collection. But no, nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Well, I'll ask Rebecca, is this a safe space?
It's as safe as it ever is. Why, is something wrong?
I'll just get that feeling. You know, you ever get that feeling?
Zygon, I can't say I do.
You know the one.
Is this one of the warlock side effects?
Could be. Could be. I can't say for sure. You don't feel like we're being watched or anything?
No. Have you eaten?
No. Not in a while, probably.
Well, I'll make you something. Please sit down.
Zygon's gonna go sprawl out, make himself comfortable. Oh, it's good to be home.
Oh, jeez, he's reverting into a dad. So a few minutes go by. You kind of exchange idle kind of banter. Zygon, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this in Vasselheim or is it outside Vasselheim?
It's about 5 minutes outside of Vasselheim.
Okay.
Not terribly
26.
far. It's like one of the closest battalions, basically. It's like a small camp. You say 26?
I did.
You're starting to succeed on them wisdom saves.
Finally.
So, Zygon, as you're kind of relaxing and trying to figure out, where everyone else would go, what's your next move, you look over, and where Rebecca was standing, she's gone. And you listen, and you no longer hear the sounds of soldiers training and the occasional splatting of a trainee onto the ground of the obstacle course. Everything's kind of gone quiet. And then you start hearing this almost like choir music, like this faint angelic singing. But you can't quite pinpoint where it's coming from.
I guess I'll wander around and try and find the source.
Okay. So you begin looking around. You go into the back bedroom as it seems to get closer, and you can see where the closet door is. You can see a faint light coming from behind it.
Alright, I'm gonna hold an Eldritch Blast.
Finger gun ready.
That's right.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw it open really fast.
You throw it open. It just drops off. There's no floor. And then as you look down, you can see this large ravine. And as you kind of poke your head out to look, the door is opening into it's on a cliffside.
Good place for a door.
Yeah, a great place for a door. But as you look around, you see below you this almost like a forest that has been repeatedly burned. And as you see the trees kind of sticking up in strange positions, almost like they're reaching up to the sky, just clawed and gnarled. And there's this faint miasma of green that kind of flows through the boughs of the trees. You can also still hear the singing coming from somewhere in this canyon or this ravine.
I make some sort of like religion faith check or something.
You can if you would like.
Yeah. History check maybe. I don't know. See if I know anything about this.
I'll let you choose. Which one do you want to do?
With the singing, I guess I'll do a religion.
Okay.
It's 14.
So, you know that there was a lot of places that most humanoids don't go to after the calamity. There are a few in Taldore, as the calamity wasn't as impactful as it was on other regions of the planet. But this area, judging off of your general knowledge, is called the Gray Valley.
Grave.
So the Gray Valley is to the far north of west of Whitestone, and near south, impositionally, Craghammer is to the southwest. It is in the Cliffkeep Mountains, and it is a largely unpopulated area due to residual effects from the calamity.
Okay.
We still hear that singing.
Is there any other doors?
No, you don't see any more doors.
Is there a way down?
You would have to climb.
I guess we're climbing.
Okay, we need you to make an athletics check.
Oh, my specialty. 5.
The 5.
So
the
on Tall Street. Yeah.
Rocks fall, you die. So it's a slow climb. As you're trying to be very careful, you slip a few times, but you manage to catch yourself. You eventually get to this small clearing that, like this outcropping that kind of sits over the ravine. The singing is getting a little louder, but as you stop and kind of recollect yourself and kind of wipe the sweat from your brow, your familiar little friend appears on your shoulder.
Oh boy.
How's it going?
A little confused right now.
Yeah, me too.
You ever been to these mountains before? Cliff Keep?
Well, tempted a few mortals every once in a while. Sold some souls, bought some souls, all sorts of things. But that was a while ago.
Well, I don't know. Some interesting singing going on.
Oh yeah, hate that stuff.
Hate it? I don't mind
Music
it.
in general. Ugh.
Not for you, huh? Not for
No, I hate it.
you. Yeah. Fair. A few people in the party would agree they don't like bards much.
Mm.
Maybe there's common ground for you.
Can't stand them.
Hmm.
The singing is getting louder, Zygon. And it's seeming to come from everywhere, all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And you eventually, your vision kind of goes hazy for a second. And you actually collapse to your knees. And you can see, as your vision clears, you're no longer on the outcropping. You're now in the middle of the Grey Valley. With the...
Hang on. There's somebody at my door. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay,
You
no
just-
worries.
I heard that. I was like, was that my door?
Whose door was it?
Whose door was at my door?
Tell him to wait. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry about that.
Excuse me, we're playing D&D, please.
He's like, can I join? Okay. So
My vision's down or something?
yeah, so as your vision returns to you, your fiery companion no longer on your shoulder, and you're on your knees. And you look around and you see the petrified forest of the Grey Valley, and then the ground beneath you starts to crack and break as a small dais rises out of the ground. And you can see laying on it what looks like a strange angelic creature. Wings folded over the chest, kind of like this, only it's not the hands, it's the wings. Hands at the side. Very stereotypical angel qualities, like white feathers, holding a sword between the hands. Yeah, the hands aren't at the side, they're down like this, because that's how they turn them. Anyway, full battle armor. And then, as you kind of look around, you see this angel begin to rise from its grave as the skin returns back to normal instead of being drawn close to the face.
That's terrifying.
It rises and then wings go out, the feathers begin to fall kind of around you, your vision obscuring once more, and then you reappear. And there are two figures, probably about 20 feet from you, and you can see one of them is kind of cloaked in shadow and very demonic looking features of what looks like your daughter, but if she were a demon. And then you see next to her is also your daughter, but more angelic features, kind of bigger, more muscular wings coming off from the side. And then you can see them as they draw their swords. The two swords cross, and then in a blinding flash of light, you see them fuse together into one. And then both holding it, one hand over the other, as the sword begins to give off divine and demonic energy all at once, dripping almost like a liquid off of it. The vision fades, and you're back in the living room. And now, we're going to go to the Feywild group. Dragon's like, yes, please, I need a month to process
I gotta
what
process
just happened.
that, yeah.
So,
Awesome. Good job, Brady. We'll see you again in like a month of real time when we actually are able to play again.
Adios, guys. Good luck.
So,
Just kidding, guys.
just so I don't get it wrong, Feywild group.
Yes.
Cirrus, the kids, Targarus, Anzu, Thea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And wife? Targaryen' wife? Slash...
No, remember Thea sent her through the catacombs with the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any,
Yeah,
like... Oh my god, servants? I almost said
No.
slaves, jeez. I was thinking of the Shadowfell for a sec.
He's a little
Caleb's
too
still
edgy.
living in the 1800s.
No,
Shadowfell is.
the Shadowfell is, yeah.
So, you guys appear, and you hear uproarious laughter as you appear backstage, and you hear the laughter of hundreds of fey creatures, as you see just fairies and what are they called? No. Are they called brownies? They're fey creatures. Yeah, it's like yeah. So you see just all these fey creatures, fairies, brownies, leprechauns, like all this stuff, all carrying props and getting other actors ready, and all of just the worst theater production nightmares you've ever seen. And I know a lot of us have at least a little bit of theater experience. Just crazy. Not Zach, but it's okay, Zach. You're an honorary theater person tonight.
Yeah, Zach, you're an honorary theater kid.
Yay.
Wow, that's a dig at all the other people you're playing with.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not a theater person.
I was a
Oh,
choir kid.
Oh no.
No, I was a band kid, so
Yeah. I went to Allstate.
So,
were you in good hands?
Yeah.
oh my god.
Zach, whenever you become a father, you're gonna be so ready for it.
I'm
The
not
amount
proud
of-
of that one.
The amount of
That
dad
was a good
jokes that
one.
you do. Anyway,
Oh my god.
so you guys also see, you can actually see the stage from where you're positioned, and you see a scene of two men in a bathtub. One is an elf, kind of long black hair, kind of shaggy on the ends. The other one you see has like this kind of woofy, kind of like pompadour almost hair, just stark white, with like these big circular spectacles on. And you see the two of them. You can't quite make out the dialogue, but you hear the two of them kind of bantering back and forth.
Shut up.
I know the banter is annoying, isn't it? So, as you guys are kind of like anchoring yourselves, and the kids are here now, and Targaryen still has this large wound from the blade. This leprechaun kind of carrying, you see these two leprechauns carrying like this large kind of set piece that they need to set up before the next act. As one of them kind of like, hey, can you move? And he starts to shove you, Anzu, out of the way.
And drag Targaryen's house so he doesn't get trampled.
So you start dragging Targaryen. Make a strength check.
No,
No.
it's a 9.
So Anzu, you grab Targaryen under the armpits and you start pulling him, and they just barely miss his feet as they're going through and getting ready. You then hear from the audience this uproarious laughter. As you see one of the male actors, the kind of elven-looking one, he comes off stage, and you can see he's wearing like a skin-colored like bodysuit because he did not feel like being objectified. And then you see him walk off, and he starts to kind of, I don't understand why we had to use real water. We're actors. Now I'm all moist. And you see him start to towel himself off as a few of his attendants start to kind of dry him off. And then you see what is causing the laughter. You see Titania wearing a black wig with braided hair down the side, elven ears on, springing out, kind of flopping the hair back of the bathtub, and she is 100% nude. And the rest of the crowd is going crazy. And then you see, she says a line. Yeah, none of you can hear. There's way too much going on. And then curtain closes as the crowd is completely laughing. She gets out of the bathtub and walks over to you guys, still completely nude, begins drying herself off. Anzu, surprised to see you here so soon. You can stop staring, dear.
Sorry, yes, I'm trying to focus on two things that. Would you,
That's canon.
where's my wife? Please don't tell her about this.
Oh, you know I'm going to tell her. She's in my dressing room if you would like to come and visit her. She seems to be regaining some of her strength.
Oh, yes, Alright, toodaloo. Everybody, this way.
I'll
Kids,
kind of
turn
take
around.
my dad and take
Thea, I
the
need
reins
you to
on
make
that
a
one.
medicine check.
Oh, good. My strong suit for sure.
That's what we like to hear from our cleric.
Yeah, can I
Yeah.
cast blindness on the kid?
Please don't.
I mean, you sure can.
Oh.
You just put your
You
hand in
definitely-
front of his eyes.
Oh, it's not good.
Big mom
I
move.
rolled an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
So,
Rolled a 3.
Thea, you've dealt with like a lot of burns, and being around Anzu, you've seen a lot what fire and other explosions can do to a body. You notice that on your father's wound, it's this large circular wound on his chest. It appears to just be like minor singeing, like a few, like his chest is burned. But you also notice these black veins appearing on his chest, almost like necrotic energy, and you can see with every beat of his heart, it's getting just ever so slightly further and further.
Does it remind me at all of the like black spore thing?
Make another medicine check.
Can I have advantage?
No.
Damn it. Oh, it's not much better. 13.
Oh. You look at it, and you're being examining it, and you actually take out a small dagger, and you kind of cut into it, and you see as with every beat, as the blood is kind of coming out, you see it's getting darker and darker until eventually it's black.
I don't like that. Thank you.
Also, your dad is in kind of like this catatonic state, not quite unconscious, but like just kind of like when someone has a really high fever. But you guys eventually get to Titania's dressing room, and when you get in there, you hear this just as a large rack full of all the different costumes that Titania is supposed to wear through this show goes clattering to the floor, and you can see Linares is like scribbling really complex magical formulas along the wall, with a piece of what looks like charcoal that she's gotten. She's just going just over and over.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh no.
She turns
Annie?
back to you,
First
Anzu.
time meeting in 50 years.
Yeah. She turns back to you, Anzu, and you see she kind of looks past you. Like she's not looking directly at you, and she sees Thea, and there's like no recognition on her face for some strange reason. But she kind of she looks at you, acknowledges that you're there, and then turns back and starts scribbling again. And the word she keeps repeating is convergence, 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 convergence. Just over and over and over and over and over and over again.
She's turned into a loon.
Anzu, I need you to make an Arcana check
Yes, I'll
as you
do
begin
that.
reading the. Yeah, you can do it. As you begin reading the
23.
scrawling.
23.
23, okay. So Anzu, you begin reading this formula, and even for you, it's kind of elevated, which was always true about Linares' work. You're the boom boom explodey kind of guy, and that's just not the kind of magic that she does. But the thing that keeps coming up, you keep seeing this equation for interplanar collision. Basically saying it was trying to align ley lines so that if two realms were to collide, they wouldn't. It'd be like when you put a puzzle piece together, instead of having to jam it in to make it fit, it would slide in properly. You also see this repeated mention of the zenith, when everything will be in alignment. But there's also stuff that you can't. It's in languages that you don't understand, symbols that you've never seen before. But it's very hard to follow.
Can I like grab her maybe and like, yep.
Make a dexterity check.
Okay, well, 14.
You go to grab her, and she, having an elven heritage, they're naturally more graceful than some of the other races, and she just spins around you and kind of shoves you and continues riding as you kind of stumble back and you trip over the clothing rack that she knocked over previously.
Can we help you somehow? It's nice seeing you again.
She turns back to you, and you can see her eyes are like rapidly moving back and forth, almost as if she's asleep. And she looks down at you, Anzu. I need Ayun, and then she goes back to her work.
What does that mean? What the fuck?
So Ayun is a knowledge. Well, okay, so you know the Ayun stones. You know, you have one of those. So Ayun is who gives them their namesake. Ayun deals in magical and other knowledgeable things. I forget which deity she's mapped onto in Teldore. But basically, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom, things of that nature.
I hate to break this to you, but Titania won't be pleased if she finds out that you're writing everywhere. Why don't we go to a church of Ayun and maybe talk to her there, huh?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. I thought that was good as shit.
It's not how well you said it, it's what state she's in.
15.
15. You see she considers it for a second. And she does some sort of calculation, kind of moving things around in space. There's not enough time. Not enough time, not enough time, not enough time. And she goes back to writing again.
Have I ever seen her like this before?
No. No. Never. Thea, you've never seen her like this. If Targaryen could speak, he would say the same thing.
Speaking
And you...
of, oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there like a place I can like lay him down and like?
Yeah, there's a fainting couch in Titania's dressing room.
She
because,
does it often.
Yes, she is very dramatic. Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast heal
Okay.
on him.
So as you cast heal, you see the necrotic energy recede, but it does not stop. You do see that the progression slows, but it doesn't quite stop.
I don't like that. Not at all. The spell also ends blindness, deafness, and any diseases affecting the target.
Cool.
Okay, that's not what I wanted to hear. That's a little rude.
It's not a disease.
Ah! What is it?
But you learned it's not a disease.
It might be a spell.
Curse?
You're not there, but maybe.
Sorry. Caw, curse.
Can I cast the spell magic on him?
Let me read the spell magic.
It dispels magic.
Yes, I understand that.
God.
But I need to see.
We
I need to see
needed
if
it.
it does other things.
Jacob, what else do you need to know? It dispels all magic ever. Come on.
Every magic that's ever existed is gone now.
It's all gone.
So you cast a spell magic on Targarus, and you don't see any change. Also, the twins are standing next to you, Thea, flanking you. You see Meryl is holding his hand as Targarus Jr. is kind of trying not to cry, kind of
like,
puffing
turn
up
over
a
to
little bit.
them and like kind of grab their arms like this, like one on either side. Like, he'll be okay. Don't worry. We're
Can
gonna
I?
figure it out?
I'm gonna go to Linares and Linares, we really need your help. Garrus is not doing well. We could figure this out maybe really quick, right? I can't hear you.
Oh, he's gotta unplug and replug.
Sorry about that. I don't know why it happens, but it happens sometimes. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well.
Cirrus. While Anzu's rolling that. This is the first time you've been back in the Feywild since
It is.
you left.
It is.
Also, this is the Sealy Court, which your parents warned you about. Unlike the Unseelie, who are a little bit more inherently conniving and kind of more plot-based, even leaning more towards the evil side of things. The Sealy are a little bit more mischievous and trickstery. But your dad would always say, "I'd rather have someone stabbing me in the front than stabbing me in the back."
Okay.
So you're a little on edge being around all of these fairies and leprechauns and satyrs and centaurs and it's putting you a little on edge.
I have a visible face of just a little bit of disgust, just kind of
Just stank face.
a little bit.
Thea, you can see the skin around the wound is starting to crystallize. It's starting to kind of flake. As you can see, it's beginning to kind of grow.
Cut
And
it off.
you see his chest, cut his chest off.
Don't I have an antidote for it? Like, didn't I find, like, go into a cave and then there was, like, a vial on a dead body or something? For the spore or whatever.
I don't think so.
It hadn't been finalized. There was notes, but it hadn't been fixed yet.
Oh, I got a 16 on that roll for Linares.
Okay. So, Thea, as you're kind of trying to calm the kids while also freaking out a little bit internally because you know what this probably is, you see Linares kind of comes out of her stupor for a second. And she walks over to Targarus. She looks down at him. And you can see she takes some of the blood that still lingers on his chest and she begins to write runes across his collarbone. More time. More time. And then she flips back into it and then goes back to scribbling. Thea, you can see these arcane runes begin to kind of go, like they expand across Targaryen's body, and you can see that the disease has stopped progressing, or the necrosis has stopped, but only temporary. You can see like a ring of protective runes are around the injury.
Remind me, what hit him that caused this? 'Cause I don't.
Super sword blast.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what is canonically called super sword blast.
For sure.
It's an anime now.
No. We're in anime now.
Did like the text pop up next to
Yeah.
next to him? Like there's like a 2-second pause of him like, whoa.
Yeah.
Ching.
Super sword blast. Yeah. You see Titania walk in with a robe on. Well, Anzu, I might have left a few details out. And oh, she has destroyed my dressing room. It's okay.
She's
It's okay.
going insane right now.
Remember what the therapist said. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yes.
My dresses are on the floor.
Mhm.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm getting less
Woosah.
okay. Anzu, I
Titania,
need you to
woosah,
fix
woosah,
this.
woosah,
I need you to fix this, Anzu.
woosah, woosah,
I do not have patience for this.
woosah, woosah.
We are going into Act 17. I need my room better.
Woosah, woosah, woosah.
If I get back after the 5th intermission and it's not fixed, I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, oh yeah.
She stands the rack up and rolls it out of the dressing room as she
17?
Oh,
slams the door.
I'm gonna shake
There's only 5 intermissions.
Linares. You need to stop.
We're only on intermission 5 after 17 act.
That's insane.
Shaky, 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 Linary.
Make a grapple check. It's like you're trying to shake her leg or something.
What is that, like strength?
Yeah.
That is a 12.
I also rolled a 12. So as you kind of shake her, it just makes the writing that she's writing a little bit scribblier. Thea, make a investigation check as you're kind of watching your aunt kind of do these strange drawings.
It's not good. Five.
So you can't really make out most of this. Your arcane training doesn't go immensely deep. But you do notice this strange drawing that is in the center of it all, like it's written around it. And you can see what looks like a collection of circles that are all kind of like rotating around something in the center. And then you see below it this collection of other circles that are kind of dotted every so often. And then you see up top, you see what looks like this strange cracked almost sphere, like there's chunks missing out of it and it's kind of splintered. And connecting all of them are these very very thick lines that kind of branch out. And on the splintered circle, there's no lines connecting it. You can see that there's a few lines that start from it but are frayed and gone. They eventually just disappear into nothing. But you can see like the main central circle is connected deeply and strongly with these very thick lines that connect all the other circles around it. But
Does it? Hold on.
it does kind of look like the model yes, it does kind of look like that, only more like spherical like more three-dimensional,
Yeah.
and with more worlds, more circles or spheres in it than.
Can I infer that mayhaps that cracked one is maybe that plane that Winnogear was telling us about that has no magic no more?
Mayhaps you could.
Mayhaps indeed.
Big brain.
Maybe.
Serious. You're kind of playing bouncer at the door. You know, this is a little crazy for you.
Well, much.
You see a what looks like a young boy, probably in his probably 9 or 10, wearing a big strawberry beret with a white popped collar and a what looks like a purple vest, and purple pants. But you can see at the bottom of the pants, that's not a foot, that's a hoof. This is a young satyr. And you see him kind of eyeing you every once in a while.
Do we make eye contact ever?
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure. See where this goes.
He sees you see him, and he kind of, and you see him pull out a small loot, and he begins kind of messing with it.
Is he like in the crowd of people?
No,
or is
he's
he just, like,
he's just
hanging out?
backstage. He's just chilling backstage. It looks like he's one of the actors, and he's just kind of, you know, waiting for the next scene. Intermissions are 4 hours in the Feywild, so.
Jesus. Yeah, I will. I'm not gonna make a beeline to him.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go like find the little snack bar behind stage and grab a couple of, I don't know, chips or something.
I'm gonna
Whatever
find
the.
some craft services.
Yeah, yeah. Couple munchies and then
There's an
Kind of-
assortment of nuts and different berries, and you
Oh,
know which ones
yeah.
are psychedelic
Okay.
or somehow
Ooh.
induce visions.
Handful of those.
I will.
At a time like this, too.
Are there like plates or cups or something that I can?
Yeah, there's small little wooden cups that you can fill
Okay,
with
cool.
nuts and other things.
So, I will. I'll grab a couple of handfuls of good berries.
Okay.
Put them in 2 cups.
Okay.
And then grab a couple, 2, 3 of the not so good berries. The goat loopy ones. Put them in his cup.
Very
and,
good.
And kind of walk over to him, slowly kind of look my way around, and hit him with the "What's up?"
So, you can see he's a satyr and most likely his mid-40s,
Okay.
on the shorter side.
Can I help you?
I'm just waiting for my cue, man. You see him start strumming on the lute a little bit.
You seem a little nervous. Want some berries to maybe
You want
calm yourself a little bit?
Make a what would this be? Just do a charisma check.
All right. Oh, that's a 10.
You seem like a nice kid. Let me just put it this way: if I want berries, I'll go get berries. But I don't want any berries right now.
All right,
I'm just
cool.
waiting on my cue.
And then I like yeet them behind me
Okay.
and just start eating my own berries.
He,
When
he
go
looks up at you, kind of pulls the beret up. You're one weird kid.
oh, well, at least I have feet. Oh no.
He gives you kind of for now.
Right.
Laying on the loot.
Suit yourself, and then I will go back to where I was standing and continue munching on my berries, like very Han style.
Yeah. I get that reference. I don't know
Yeah,
how
you
many
do.
of them do. Heck yeah. Man, I need to watch those movies again. Anyway, back to it. So Anzu, what are you gonna do?
This hoe. Alright, I'm gonna tackle her.
Tackle. Okay, and you
Ah,
can make a strength check.
It's like when a 6-year-old
on.
runs at his parents.
Uh,
Just smacks them.
Thea, do you have rope? Thea? Do you have a rope?
What?
Rope. Do you have rope? You're
Rope?
going to hog tie her.
Oh, a rope. I don't think so.
Maybe we can
One
just
thing
hold
I
her.
don't have.
Would you be willing to tackle her with me?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
okay, so Anzu, roll with advantage.
20. Not natural.
Okay.
Actually, wait, 19.
Okay. So you two tackle her, knocking the piece of charcoal out of her hand, and you begin tying her up. She doesn't really resist, but she keeps saying, "Time, time, time, time," and then just keeps going.
I need you to calm down and slow down your talking.
Just keeps going. Time.
Okay. You know what? Let's try this. I am addicted to drugs.
Nothing. Just time.
I saw the tits of Titania.
Anyway, it just keeps going. Time.
I liked them.
No change.
They have Richter.
Still no change.
Maybe a slap?
Do you want to slap her?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d4 of damage.
That's a little 3.
You smack her. She stops for a second as her face kind of gets a little red from where you hit her. But keeps going. Time.
You know, you could have probably help us buy time if you just stopped doing this and helped us.
Nothing.
Did you Snow Whiter yet?
Well, Thea, what do we do now? We have a potato here.
You're not there.
Sorry.
Unless there's something on
Trying
the
to
wall.
Targaryen the potato or
Well, right now, the two of them. I guess. Hello. Let me try to read her drawings.
Okay, make an Arcana check. Also, Thea, you notice Targaryen Jr. I'm just gonna start calling him Junior just to make things a little bit easier. Junior starts trying to distract himself. You see him kind of watching the stage crew. But Meryl, you see, is kneeling in front of Targaryen, and you see divine magic coming from her. And you see her face is kind of upturned. You can't quite make out what she's saying, but she is glowing with this faint divine energy. There's like a small like neon kind of glow coming off of her.
I got a 33.
33. So Anzu, you're a speed reader. You begin going through all of these formulas, like, while Linares is tied up, she can't get in your way and distract you. You begin going through it, and you see similar schematics for the arcane storage orbs that you and her designed together. You can also see the image of the spheres kind of all interconnecting to each other. You also see what looks like a formula to harness the ley lines of the plane to create a massive arcane bomb. You also see what looks like a formula to restore ley lines, and it stopped before it's finished. Like you stopped her before she could finish the formula. If you would like, you could try and finish it.
I'm gonna finish it.
Okay. So you grab the piece of charcoal and begin doing all the math and the different arcane formula calculations in your brain. I need you to make... Okay, so there's 3 components to this. I need you to make a dexterity check. Then I need you to make a arcana check, and then I need you to make a history check.
Okay. The dexterity is 11.
Okay.
Arcana is 28.
Okay.
And then history is also 28.
Okay. So you see, for the first time, what looks like Anzu in his element, his pure element of him creating new magics and calculating all of this and formulating everything, and you can understand why he was at one time considered one of the greatest wizards of his generation. As you see him kind of go through, he uses an ottoman that's in the room to kind of step up and begin to do more processes. You begin reviewing everything, Anzu, and then you come to one conclusion. This formula is to create a bridge between this plane and the cracked one that's on the wall, and to siphon the ley line magical energy from this plane and give it to the other one. And you complete the formula, and then you look back. This is a coming calamity.
So he's not just destroying ours. He's trying to siphon everything we have into something else.
That's what you've come to the conclusion of.
To restore his world.
It appears that way. Or at least that's what Linares has been theorizing.
And wasn't there something in there that showed, like, how to block?
So, if you remember, when you were in Whitestone, when that first arcane bomb went off, it created a cloud that suppressed magical energy. And as you begin thinking about that, you begin realizing that was there when you went to that other plane with the really large monster on it. The sky was purple. Magic didn't work. You couldn't feel any arcane energy. It was almost as if it wasn't there anymore. As you begin putting things together and begin thinking about what Winnogear said and how the magic of their plane disappeared after a great war, you begin to piece things together and realize that the 5, if this formula is correct, do not want to unite the planes, or at least not in the sense of what you all thought. They want to siphon all magical energy from all the planes that are connected to the prime material plane into theirs, so that it can be brought back to its former glory.
Oh my god. The whole story, not the whole story, the story though.
Knew there had to be something else.
I told you guys, I've been planning
There
this for
always
3
had to be
years.
something else.
This has been the plan the whole time.
It was always the plan.
My God.
I feel like in the scene in It's Always Sunny with the big board, and he's like going crazy, and it's like I'm finally showing you guys parts of the big board.
Jeez.
When you travel in between planes, is there a way to stop?
If you were to stop, if you were moving through one plane to the other and you were to stop, you would enter either the astral plane, which Cirrus knows a lot about, or you would be ripped asunder by appearing in the void between planes. It's kind of like outer space, but imagine if all of outer space was a black hole.
But say if I had one of those bombs and I was like going in between and I activated it in the middle of going there, would it cut off the channels?
This is very theoretical magic science.
Magic.
Make a Arcana check.
36.
Okay, 36. You begin thinking about this and theorizing it, and you don't quite know enough about planar travel to fully understand how this would work. But you do know someone who does. You actually know 2 someones who do. You know that Animas, for the greater part of his life, has studied interplanar travel. You also know that Mathis has also studied interplanar travel, but more as like a hobby. They might be able to help you with this. This is starting to get beyond your depth. But you do notice something. The sound coming from Linares has stopped. You see she's kind of calmed down.
Linares?
She opens her eyes and you can see... It seems like she's there now. She sees you.
You seem like you're there now. Like you seem...
Gosh dang it, Hunter, you know I hate when you do that. She looks up at you. Anzu, why am I tied up?
It's not a kink. I just live in this weird zone. I also saw boobies.
Anzu, untie me, please.
Ma'am.
Can I waltz in, kind of in the middle of this, just to check in?
Sure.
Untying her.
I also saw boobies.
What's God?
It's not a kink. Not a kink.
What's with the writing?
Not a kink.
Okay, all right. I'll stop asking questions then.
Linares gets up and she kind of dusts herself off. Am I still wearing the clothes I was buried in?
Is she?
She is.
Yes. Would you
Okay.
like one of Titania's dresses?
I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah.
She gets one of the dresses off the rack. You see this like this black dress that kind of goes over one shoulder. Okay, everyone either turn around, make sure the children don't see. I don't want them to see. Why are those? Your Thea is bigger. Things
She's
have
never met those
changed.
children.
Yeah, I know.
She's
That's
a bit of
yeah.
a brat too.
Okay, I feel like there's a lot that I need to be caught up on, but I don't want to be wearing a funeral dress when that happens. So, could everyone please exit the room for just...
I'm the first one out.
Yeah, just like, no, I'm good.
Is Meryl still doing her weird
Yeah, Meryl's still doing her weird stuff.
half on her shoulder, be like, hey?
She turns over and you can see the constellation eyes are in full force, and you can see them kind of glowing with this purple energy. And when
You
Meryl
never-
speaks, you hear she says, what, as hundreds of other voices begin echoing kind of around the room.
What
You in the middle of something?
You could say that.
No.
So creepy.
Oh no.
Here, I'll just stand in front of her and she won't look, I promise.
And
She's
Linares
busy.
kind of motions to all the others. She quickly changes. You guys come back in the room. Okay, so perhaps we should get started first with Thea. You're so big. Oh, have you been keeping up with your studies?
About that. No.
Did those clerics who kept coming around saying, "Oh, be part of something bigger. Oh, connect with the blah blah," did they come around again?
No, it was more the Moonweaver herself showed up.
I always
was a
knew
little
that
more
my niece was
convincing.
special.
This one's a little more special.
Who is the? How do you this one?
These are the twins, Targaryen Jr. and Meryl.
Targaryen kind of looks up, and he kind of wipes a little bit of snot from his nose as he's kind of holding his wooden sword.
Come on, man.
Hi.
This is your Aunt Linares. Long story short, you haven't met her for reasons we'll talk about later in your life.
Meryl jumps in. She was dead.
No.
I don't like that.
No.
And
alright, so, for sure.
the voices that you guys hear, it's male, female, everything in between and excluded from. It's a cacophony of voices that are really hard to place.
Jacob, I forgot the new baby's name. What's the new baby's name? I don't even remember if it was a boy or a girl.
Linares.
And then there's
Boy.
another one who is off with. Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Boy. He's off with
Yeah.
his mom. His name's Linares.
I told Targaryen to never name a child after me. It's a lot to live up to, and I don't know if they can.
I was kind of hoping he would name one after me.
Anzu, dear, I've told you this dozens of times. Not everything is about you, and I love you. So, who wrote that?
Oh, that was
She
you. You
gestures.
went crazy. You are
Well,
Liam.
I will admit, Anzu, the craftsmanship of the formulas is rather impressive, but I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you went.
You went insane. And then I finished it at the very end.
Oh, I can see the sloppy work. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, dear. So, how long have I been,
A couple days.
54 years.
Days.
Anzu, I always know when you're lying. It's been that long.
Yes.
Well, things must really have hit some sort of immovable object if you decided to bring me back. It wasn't just for selfish reasons, was it, Anzu? I told you to move on.
Oh, those are just the benefits of it. But, yes, there are serious reasons you're here.
Anzu, you haven't changed.
Is that a good thing?
To be determined. You then see her notice her brother for the first time. It seems like she's like been processing all this information.
It's a lot.
She looks over, kind of walks over to him. Oh, brother, what has befallen you again? I've seen this before. Thea, if you are a cleric now, that's just gross to say. Not you, dear. I'm very proud of you. It's just clerics in general give me the willies.
Understandable. Most of them are annoying.
Indeed.
Not a fan.
I have seen my brother afflicted with this once before.
He's had it before.
He has, but it wasn't this severe.
Jacob, could I do like a medicine check to like, I don't know if this would be a medicine check, but like some kind of check to see if, I don't know if regenerate would help him at all, but it might.
You sure can try.
I guess I just have to try. I can't.
Yeah.
Can't think about it with a roll.
You can make a medicine check, yeah.
Like, do I think it would like help in this situation, or?
Did someone sneeze? I heard a snaz.
I dropped my papers and I gasped.
Oh no, my papers.
Oh.
It's just a 13, so it's not great, but.
Okay. So as you begin examining the wound, and you see the runes that Linnaeus put on him earlier are beginning to crack. As whatever this is trying to break out, seemingly. Let me pull up regeneration.
It would help him heal from other wounds.
Yeah.
Maybe not from the current, if it's a curse or something.
Yeah, it's some.
Unless the curse is also blocking healing.
So, you know that healing magics have worked. There's nothing. Regeneration would still heal him, but there's nothing missing that needs to be regenerated. You can also see that where the wound is starting to kind of flake. And you see these faint like spores kind of coming off of the wound and kind of dissipating into the air before they do anything
damage. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have those prepared that'll help in this situation otherwise. But so it's not a disease. So that's a thinker, for sure.
Linnaeus, do you not have any idea what may
I have a few theories, Anzu. But I will need Thea's assistance.
All
and
I know.
I would also suggest that anyone of arcane ability leave the room.
Walk around.
It's pretty much just him.
It's him. Cirrus technically kind of.
Already out of the room.
Yeah.
He's eating some nuts outside.
Meryl would need to leave too. Junior could stay though, because he ain't got magic.
Yeah. You and your brother should probably go outside.
You see, whatever it is Meryl's doing begins to kind of stop. And her eyes, still kind of constellation-y, but not nearly as vivid. You can still see her eyes. Thea, this is very bad. There's something really wrong with Dad. I talked with the Moon Weaver, and it's just not good. And you see tears begin to well in her eyes as
I'll kind of bend down and like wipe them away.
you see Junior kind of grabs her hand. Says, "It'll be okay, Mary. It'll be okay. Thea's gonna take care of it. She takes care of everything."
Dealt this before, and I'll deal with it again.
Meryl nods and begins to take her out of the room. So, as they leave and you and Linares are waiting there, Linares looks at you and says, "We have only mere minutes to fix this."
Okay.
I'm sorry, Thea, that you have to be involved in this, but the last time this happened, your mother was with me, so the universe likes to repeat itself sometimes. Okay.
It's okay.
So, Thea, this will be 3 checks.
Oh god, I need to get new dice. Been rolling
This
like
will be
shit.
this will be a medicine check, a religion check, and then I will have you roll with your spell modifier.
Oh god, okay.
Let's go medicine. Woo.
So as you're getting ready, Linares looks at you. Okay. Thea, I need you to listen to me very, very carefully. This is a process that your mother created, and it cost her greatly. You need to be prepared to sacrifice if you really want to save your father. When your mother and I performed this procedure last time, I was only able to withdraw the curse from his body. But curses, they don't like to be taken away without some sort of drawback. When we did this the last time, your mother absorbed the curse into herself. Luckily, we suppressed it, but he did eventually pass due to this.
Jacob, if I'm already carrying it in some sense.
You don't know for sure. You make a medicine check to.
This doesn't count as
kinda
part of it.
No, kind of start thinking this through.
Oh, please. Oh, god, fucking damn it. 9.
9. Man, you need that lucky that Zygon's got.
Oh, not your medicine checks.
So,
I'm just rolling like ass. I
so
rolled a 4.
Thea, as you begin thinking about it, you see Linares is kind of studying you, and you see her almost like she just looks at you for a second. She says, "You know, when you were younger, I saw a lot of my brother in you. Aversion to authority, an adventurous nature. But now, I see the tenderness and the compassion that your mother exhibited every day." So, Thea, you begin thinking, theoretically,
Get it?
in you've been holding that for so long, I can feel it. You have known through reading through medical reports and things of that nature that sometimes when a mother is pregnant and contracts something, sometimes an immunity is built up within the yet born or the unborn child. You might have your immunity because your mother already had the disease. You don't know what could come of this, but maybe you might be immune, or you might. I mean, your mother lived for a while afterwards, so you might just have borrowed time. You see the runic seals shatter, and you see the disease begins progressing quicker and quicker as Targaryen screams out in pain from sheer agony, basically. Linares looks at you. Yeah, there's no more time. We have to do this. Okay, I need you to roll a medicine check. Birdie's getting into stuff.
Yeah, it's really pissing me off. I thought she ate another. The reason I was getting up was because I thought she ate another tampon because she chewed up one, but I found it over there on the ground. But I did give her hydrogen peroxide, so I'm just waiting for her to throw up now.
That dog.
The joys of pet ownership.
Birdie, drop it. God damn.
Gonna get spanked, bro.
Go ahead and make that medicine check.
12.
Okay, 12. So you and Linares begin kind of looking to see where the wound is, how it's progressing. I now need you to make a religion check. Or an arcana check. You can do one or the other.
They're exactly the same, so I'll just do
and you will have
check.
advantage on this because of Linares' area of expertise.
Thank God. Watch them both be ass.
Yeah, 1 and 2, yay!
Oh, God bless. Okay, dirty 20.
Cool. So you begin creating the seals and the processes to withdraw the curse from his body. And you and Linares begin kind of working. It's almost like a dance, like where you're filling in one section, she comes in and fills the other with her arcane knowledge, and you two begin weaving this complex spell. I now need you to make, this will just be a spell proficiency roll, so you'll use your spell modifier on this, which should be like geez, like a 13.
My attack, like my attack bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a 10.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay, thank God. 27.
27. So as the two of you begin to channel this magic, you stick your hand on your father's chest and you begin pulling. And as you pull, there's a slight resistance as you see this black ball of dark energy that's swirling and bubbling and hissing. As you pull it out, and then you begin to start to contain it within this field that you guys have created. Linares looks at you. Okay, Thea, this is the very hard part. We have to contain this. I think that your magical ability was a little bit greater than your mother's. So if we do this right, we should be able to get rid of this without having to internalize it ourselves. It begins twisting as the two of you begin to lock it in. I need one more spell attack roll.
I just gotta double check. Yeah, okay. That's a natural 20 plus 10, so a 30.
Let's go. So,
It's not a number on this die, so I was like, wait, is that a 1?
yeah. As you begin compressing this, you can see that the arcane blowback from it actually blows Linares away, and she gets knocked into the wall. She goes down to her hands and knees, and she looks up at you as you begin to twist it. Thea, you must be seeing things, because as you're weaving this spell, divine energy begins to pour out of you, And you can see across from you your mother, and kind of like this astrally sort of glowy state as she's looking at you. She smiles and she puts her hands over yours as the two of you compress the curse down into what looks like a small marble. And then as you hold it in your hand, or between your fingers, it shatters into black dust and just fades away. And that will be where we take tonight's break.
Oh, shit.
Finally.
Huge.
I'm okay when it counts.
Big cleric move.
Oh, that was stressful.
That's our cleric. That's her.
That's our cleric right there.
Being a cleric for once.
We're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Ew.
You can see that the sun is beginning to set because I'm getting more and more cloaked in shadow, which works for the next leg of our episode this evening. Animas.
Me.
The Shadowfell is always quiet. Every once in a while you hear the wind blow through the pretty distinct landscape. Occasionally you maybe hear the sounds of someone's last breath escaping. But it's even more quiet than usual. You appear Annie next to you, along with the half-charred, barely living Rupert. You can't really tell where you are. It is the Shadowfell after all. You kind of look around. You see the ever-present, seemingly always on the horizon, castle to the Ravenqueen. Nothing else really strikes you.
Okay. I'm freaking out a little bit because Rupert's like... It's like creepy weird because he's like kind of vampire breathing, but like...
Yeah.
But like dead at the same time.
Yeah. You also notice, Animus, that the shadows of the Shadowfell seem to be drawn to Rupert. Like things are... It almost looks like it's sticking onto him.
Okay. So I am just kind of like kneel down next to him. I'm like kind of contemplating, and I'm looking at Annie, and then I'm gonna pray to the Ravenqueen. Listen, I don't know what's going on, and it seems that every time we try, we keep getting absolutely fucked in the situation we're in. But for whatever reason, you know, an old enemy may have tried to help me, and I think I just need your help to maybe give him another chance here. And I'm going to cast Regenerate, not knowing if it's going to work on a vampire.
So Regenerate is not divine magic.
Yeah.
But it's also technically not healing magic. So yes, it would work on a vampire.
Let's see what
Not healing magic.
So Regenerate is in a different classification. I actually went deep down rabbit hole. It is technically transmutation. So it is technically not healing, but it is
healing.
Like in a medical sense it is, but in a magical sense it is not.
Yeah, we had the conversation after last session to see if I had any way to save Rupert.
Yeah, and I went on to DM forums. You have to be a DM to get into those. It's real sneaky. I went into the back rooms of the guild halls where the whispered tones.
So this,
this
is more just kind of a hunch that Animus is going off of, that this is probably the best way to that anything could save him at this point. That's okay. 14 plus 15. 29 HP For the duration of the spell, which lasts an hour if I choose it to, the target regains 1 hit point at the start of its turn, so every 6 seconds. 10 hit points a minute. The target's severed body members, if any, are restored after 2 minutes. If you have one of them and you hold it to the stump, blah blah blah. You just read it, but I'm also reading it for people.
Yeah. So you see Rupert's flesh and muscle begins to reattach to bone as it begins to kind of creak, and the sinew reconnects and everything begins to come back together. You can also see that the shadows of the Shadowfell are seemingly speeding up this process.
Spooky.
Interesting.
Rupert has not returned to consciousness. You can also see Annie, who is kind of looking around, and you can hear the shrieking sounds coming from her closed mouth, as it looks as though she's having a minor panic attack.
Fuck. Okay. I'm also, I guess. So after I kind of like put a lot of my magic into that, I'm gonna grab Annie. I'm gonna kind of put an arm around her, while I'm kneeling next to Rupert.
Okay.
Okay. All right. He might be alive. I don't deal with vampires very much. Are you okay, Annie?
I'm scared.
I know. I am too.
Why are we here?
Well, we had to get away from that man.
But why did we have to come back here?
There's not really a safe place for us right now, and I don't know. I think being in the realm of the Ravenqueen may help.
But it's also where he is.
I know.
And he can track us.
Yes.
You know that.
But you also know that maybe you don't. The man who just tried to kill us has been tracking us as well, and at this point he's in a time where he is trying to capture me and you, or at least you, for sure. And we can't be on that plane right now. I think we need to give the others some time to figure out the next steps and maybe rejoin each other. We're in a weird place right now, and it's I wish I could take you back, but I'm gonna need you to be strong with me here because I'm also scared.
Where do we go?
I mean, did you ever hear stories of the Ravenqueen when you were in Shadowfell?
A little. I don't remember a lot.
Well, whenever I was working for him, many of the slaves who lived here would tell stories about her, and though she may not be Pelor or anything that people on the material plane are religiously following, she does still have a basis of what she stands for, and I think that with him here and the presence of other worse gods being in the Shadowfell that are disrupting how everything works, she could be someone that we can turn to for help, even if she's not the one directly helping us. She has a lot of followers here in the Shadowfell.
How do we get to her?
I don't know.
She kind of withdraws a little.
I was just gonna kind of walk as far as I can and hope that she can reach out to me and give me a sign.
So we're here on faith?
I think it's the only thing we have right now. I think we have two decisions. When Rupert wakes up, he'll be part of this. Either one, we shift back into the material plane, we regroup, and we are in the same position we've been in. Or two, we give them time to figure out what they need to what they can to help us without this this man with the sword following us. Maybe we can draw them off to multiple trails, not just all be in one area. Hope that they find something out, and then hope that maybe we can get more allies here, because, as you know, the Shadowfell is also a big situation in this upcoming war.
I don't. And then as Annie's talking, you hear this like shrieking sound. As you look in the sky, you see this large bat-like creature.
Ah, fuck.
And it starts to dive towards you guys.
What are these? What is this?
It's a shadow creature. You don't really know for sure.
Okay. I have a spell I might be able to use. I mean, I'm gonna cast Produce Flame and just try to throw it at it and see if like it might get scared away.
Okay.
I'm gonna step in front of Annie when I do that too.
Okay, go ahead and make a attack roll.
It's gonna be a 18.
So you create a Produce Flame in your hand and you throw it at the creature, and you see as the flame goes, you see the light that it gives off is being sapped away from it as it flies.
Yeah.
And then eventually it connects with the creature, and you see it drop to the ground as it dissipates into shadow. But then you hear more screeches here, there, everywhere around you, and you see dozens of these winged creatures come up from the horizon as they are getting closer to you.
Oh boy.
I would say it's about 40.
Oh boy. I'm gonna pray to the Ravenqueen again.
Okay.
Hey, so this isn't good. I know you know, my contact with you is a little bit newer, like, you know, and all that, and I really need your help. And then I'm gonna cast. I can't cast that.
I was going to, but then I realized I can't.
I will, however, cast something else that I'm figuring out at this moment. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna let them get a little closer.
Okay.
How close? How far are they right now? What is going on?
They're probably about a mile away.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just gonna say I really need your help right now, and then I'm gonna. Do I have shape changes left? I have one. I'm gonna turn into a gorilla.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Rupert on my back.
Okay.
Grab Annie with one hand, and I'm gonna run.
I'm assuming like a silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah, like
big gorilla.
Big gorilla, and I'm gonna run preferably towards the castle.
Okay, let me look.
The infinite run that is towards the Ravenqueen's castle. I wonder if I have a gorilla. I've never turned into a gorilla before.
They have a run speed of 60.
Okay, that's pretty good.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you begin running.
Can I be dashing while I run?
That's what I was. That's.
Oh,
what
that
running
is it. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So you begin running, and these creatures are gaining on you. And it doesn't seem as though the castle's getting any closer.
No. It'd be like that.
And as you're running, Annie looks back. I think they're gaining on us. keep going and going.
Son of a bitch.
You begin running down a hill as you see the castle still looming on the horizon. You
Would you
hear.
say he's running down the hill to make a deal with a god?
Brady, that one was a big stretch. That was a massive stretch.
While running away
down
from
that
the bat.
road, running down that hill.
Running down that hill. So, as you're running, you hear Rupert begin to stir. What's going? Oh, you brought us to the Shadowfell.
Some thanks would be
Joy.
nice. I'm not saying this to him. I'm obviously a gorilla right now.
Obviously.
He's obviously a gorilla.
Can I actually want to put them down if they're gaining on us.
Okay. So you stop.
And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm kind of, I don't like as he's waking up. I'm putting them down, turning around. I'm gonna come out of the gorilla form, and I'm gonna wait for them to get within a certain distance. Can you just tell me how far they are at this moment?
They're about 300 feet.
Yeah. Yep. And you said there's like 40 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as
love
you're
that.
kind of doing arcane calculation,
I got it.
Rupert looks over to you. So you thought, out of all the places we could go, that the Shadowfell was the best place?
I don't really need backsass right now, Rupert. All right. I really contemplated whether or not I was going to save you, and I decided to just.
Thank you very much for saving my life. We have something else to deal with. You can bicker at me later.
All right, and then I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire across. Whenever they get within 120 feet, or like right before they hit 120 feet, I'm gonna cast a Wall of Fire across 60 feet long to try to have them all hit it, as many as I can hit it, because I'm assuming they're flying in a group. So.
Yeah, they're flying in like pods.
Okay.
I'm not gonna roll 40 dex checks. I'm gonna roll 4.
Okay.
One for each group.
No, roll 40.
Okay, I can. So 2 of the groups fail and hit the wall, but they do go through it.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 stop and can go above it.
Okay.
We'll say you kill. Well, wait, you have to do damage. Go ahead.
Yeah, because they're gonna. Oh well, yeah. And the ones that went over it aren't gonna get any damage.
No.
That's fine. That's gonna be 25 damage to all the ones that went through it.
Okay, so you see those 2 groups fade into shadow. As the wall of fire, the longer it's up, the more it gets diminished until eventually it too is extinguished.
I'll probably drop it before then, just so I can try to start taking out more.
So the other 20 are getting closer.
Okay.
And Rupert, you see, begins to fire Eldritch blasts as fast as he can at the ones that are coming.
Okay.
You see Annie is cowering behind you, seemingly having yet another panic attack.
Poor little girl.
So there's 20 of them. They're gonna be. When are they gonna like reach us? Probably like 2 turns.
Probably in like a turn.
That's good. No, I like that. That's what I wanted. Really putting me on the spot here. I was like, oh, let's just go to the Shadowfell. It'll be a stroll. It'll be a nice, fun stroll for me. Just a casual stroll. God, I don't have a lot of like big fucking stupid ass
Birdie, okay?
spells.
I think she needs to poop.
Oh,
Birdie.
well, if you need to, you can go ahead and take her.
Birdie, do you need to go poopy? She ran all the way over here.
It's like you think.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
My next.
I'll watch it while I'm gone.
Sweet.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna conjure up a wave of an area that's 30 feet long.
How tall?
It's 10 feet tall, so like how far
That's
off the
not
ground
gonna
are
be
they?
tall enough.
Oh, I thought they
That's
were
not
like
gonna be
kind of
tall
like doing one of those like flying
No, they're
coast to
full
ground
on
things.
like a few hundred
That's
feet in the air.
yeah. That oh okay. Oh well
They were lower, but because of the wall of fire, they've gone up.
Nice. I'm going to conjure animals.
Okay.
What am I gonna conjure? Thanks for asking.
Bad natural enemy.
What is something strong enough to fight these, but also low enough CR that I can create a few of them? Probably in eagles, maybe. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, a giant owl. I can create giant owls. It's like it was meant to be. Hold on, how many giant owls can I create? 8.
8 giant owls.
I'm gonna cast. Yep. I'm gonna.
How many hit points does the giant owl have?
Giant owls have 19 hit points, so
Okay.
that's pretty. It's pretty decent. Maybe
Good.
take out a couple. Maybe take out a couple here, and then maybe I can do twice as many with a 5th level slot. Do I want to use my other 5th level right now though? Oh, I didn't use one actually.
Ooh. He has extra slots.
I use 5th level, so I'm going to create double the amount. So I'm going to have 16 giant owls that I cast and take.
So, Animus, as these shadow creatures are getting closer, you concentrate your druidic energies and you create these owls as Rupert continues shooting. The creatures get closer and they eventually collide with your owls as they're having this big dogfight in the air. And a few of them break through.
I'm going to start also focusing on the ones that are able to start breaking through, and I'm going to start producing flame and just... Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm going to start... God, I don't want to rely on Eldritch Blast. I have to. I'm using Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so you feel this magical shift in yourself, and you feel your druidic energy begin to get repressed as your arcane warlock energy comes forth. You begin firing Eldritch Blasts. We'll say that by the time they get to you, you guys have taken out about... We'll say you've taken out 7. So 13 descend upon you. Let's see here.
Did they kill all my owls too?
Yeah, all your owls are just falling out of the sky.
Not the owls. I just imagined a ton of the owls from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh no. So let's see, so you got 6, so there's 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
13.
7.
I got 7.
Yeah, you're right. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm rolling 13d6.
Sounds good. Is it a half and half?
Yeah. So you and Rupert will both take half of whatever this is.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay. 3, 7, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 24, 33. So you each take 17 points of damage. No, 16 points of damage.
That's what I like to hear.
As you're being swarmed, you can feel your body begin to lift off the ground as these shadow creatures are beginning to grab you and pull you up. Before you can do anything, though, you hear this, like, scream, and it begins reverberating. And you see Annie, mouth as wide as she can get it, just screaming as a sonic shockwave of what sounds like thousands of people gets rippled through these shadow creatures as they get destroyed. And you land on the ground. You can see Rupert's eardrums have ruptured. You can see blood coming down his ears. You also... Do Kinku have ears? They don't.
We do, but we don't. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, you then see this large gate appear behind Annie.
No.
And you see the castle that was once on the horizon.
Yes.
Is now right there. And the gate slides open. You see a figure dressed in raven-like armor with a mask over its face. Probably no older than 20. Human. Hard to place who or what they are. The Ravenqueen helps those who help themselves. Please enter.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm entering.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything right now, honestly.
Okay, so the three of you go in. Annie, as you're walking, she reaches up and grabs your hand.
I will hold her hand.
Okay.
Is Rupert coming in with us?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. As you're walking. So, why exactly did you bring us to the Shadowfell?
You know, it was a mix of split-second decision and knowing that maybe the Ravenqueen could help us, or at least the other residents of the Shadowfell who don't want what's going on here to keep going.
Well, Animas, I don't think that you'll find much in the way of allies in the Shadowfell. But it seems as though the decision you made was correct for now.
Well, even if I may not be able to make a lot of allies here, I have to try. We keep getting destroyed by these powerful beings, and I know that we could probably figure something else out, but at the very least I'm buying time for the rest of the group, right?
Perhaps. Or perhaps they're already dead.
Either way, if they're already dead, that would mean we do need more help, and we're already screwed as it is, so...
Well, Enzu, or Animus, my bad. Animus, I'm, my name out your mouth.
No.
Animus, where would you like for the party to meet? I'm going to track down Thea, if she's still alive.
I don't know. I think maybe me not knowing for now would be better. And then once I come back to like the material plane, I either meet back up with you guys or something like that.
How would you do that?
I'd probably go to Amon. If war's gonna happen, Amon's already got many of our alliances known, and if anything, maybe I'll send some sort of message or signal through allies I have there that can do that. So.
Very well.
Before you leave, it might be easier if you have these. And I'm gonna hand him my stone. Are
you sure?
Yes. My thought process right now might be skewed, but I think if we're split up, there's a better chance that these creatures and this guy can't find us if we separate all connections for now. But I know that we're going to be able to find each other again, and you've shown some sort of want to help, I guess. Even in our past, we've had some differences, but this is kind of a different situation, and I'm not willing to hold that against you here. So I also want you to give this to Thea, because it's been a while since I've last seen her, and it's
been a while.
It's something I want her to maybe see as a way for me to make up some of my past transgressions. And I'm going to hand him the deck.
Animus. What, no pun intended, animosity you feel towards me. I want you to know that I will do whatever I need to keep Thea safe. And if that means helping you, I am more than happy to. Be careful. The Ravenqueen speaks in double meaning.
Yeah.
Often.
I think I'm just now accepting that that's something I need? Question mark. But you also
Well,
be
I'm
careful.
glad that you have strong convictions.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah. Find them. Make sure that they're okay.
He holds his hand out to shake yours.
I look down at it. I'll shake him. Shake his hand.
I just got you in another contract. No, I'm just kidding.
I kill him. I kill him right there. He's dead. He's dead to me.
Yeah.
The ultimate betrayal.
He nods. he nods and turns, and you see against the wall this ripping, almost as if like two large hands are ripping a portal open as he walks through.
I want to say one more thing. Oh, and Rupert. Maybe leave out where I am for now, for the same reason that I don't really want to know where they are.
I never saw a thing. And then he goes through, and you see he walks out into the street, and you can see Singorn, which is partially on fire still.
It wasn't Zygon.
It wasn't Zygon. The portal.
Oh, are we sure?
Are we like for
I'm
sure
pretty
though?
sure.
I mean, I didn't see who like later.
I didn't see where the fire came from.
I didn't see the moment that it ignited.
So, Animus, as you're walking, you and Annie, the halls are very stark. Nothing adorns them. You can hear your feet clattering against the stone. A few attendants pass by. You see the shadows seemingly moving, and every once in a while you see a pair of golden eyes glowing from the recesses. You eventually, as you continue walking, never a branch, never an outdoor hallway, just a singular long path. You eventually get to these large doors, and you see etched in this dark wood, you see almost like a constellation, only showing the planes all connected together. And you see souls from every plane eventually coming to the Ravenqueen's lair, castle, stronghold, whichever word you prefer. And then the doors slowly open, and you see nothing. The room devoid of light. The darkest dark you've ever seen, even darker than the Shadowfell itself. An attendant comes out of nowhere, seemingly from the wall. I will watch the girl while you commune with the Ravenqueen.
I look at Annie. I kind of want to see what her reaction
Make
to
an
that
insight
is.
check.
Come on, baby. Oh, exactly what I wanted. I rolled a
What'd you
2,
roll?
and I haven't.
2.
I got an 8 though. So
Nice. Annie seems almost shell shocked. She wasn't aware of the ability that she had to do that sort of shout. But she nods slowly as she lets go of your hand.
I'll be right back. I promise.
You walk in, the doors close behind you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna walk in a little bit. Like, what is it? Just darkness? Am I just now in pitch black?
Pitch black.
Yeah, I walk a few steps from where I assume the door is. Don't know if I'm in another dimension now or something, but and then I'll stop. Is it just like stone flooring, pretty much, or like normal flooring?
Almost, it doesn't. So when you step, it doesn't make a sound.
Nice.
There's no floor, but yet you're standing. And as you kind of feel the flooring, you kind of get down and feel to see if it's there. It feels like cloth, like a fine silk.
Interesting. Hello?
No response.
It's crazy that I'm somehow here right now. Obviously, you allowed us to be here, and I'm not sure if that was me or if Annie was the one who kind of brought us here, but either way, you've heard us. The time is coming closer when we're gonna have to have a make or break on what happens to our world and the planes and the existence that we currently live in. And we really need help now, more than ever.
As you finish, you hear your voice go out into the void. And then you feel a shift as the ground beneath your feet begins to quake. And it begins to pull at you, and you get knocked off your feet. And as it pulls, you see the darkness begin to coalesce, and you realize that you are resting at the feet of the Ravenqueen, who towers over you, almost like a skyscraper. And then you see the mask, the featureless mask of the Ravenqueen, as it lowers in front of you. All that it is the pristine white. And it looks at you. Animas. And it echoes. Animas, animas, animas. I believe it is time that you learn the truth.
The truth about what?
Everything. Thing. And then the blackness fades away. Everything's gone. You're falling. You can feel yourself plummeting to the earth as you see a city of sprawling mechanisms all beneath you. You see what look like high-powered trains coming in through different ports. You see gondolas and monorails and just all sorts of technology, more advanced than our actual world. Seemingly floating. You see mechanisms that cause anti-gravity. You see arcane runes that allow the things to float along. You see all different manner of creatures commingling in this large city that's resting on a mountaintop. As you land, you look around. Nothing looks familiar. The architecture, the stone, everything is different. As you begin looking around, someone grabs you by the arm from behind. You turn around quickly, and you see a familiar face, but different, somehow changed, younger, less evil, less warped. You see Quindella, one of the lieutenants of the masked figure. She looks at you and smiles. Are you daydreaming again? And then
Can I
you
look
down
at
your-
myself? Yeah.
You look down at yourself and you see human hands, skin, and begin looking around. You catch your reflection in a surface, a mirror. You have long, kind of shaggy blonde hair. You're wearing what looks like a paladin's uniform, almost, but with a symbol that you don't recognize. You have a scar running down one of your eyes. You don't recognize this face, other than the fact that it's human. But it appears to be yours.
What? Who am I? What?
You don't know.
Okay.
Oh damn.
I don't. What's good? What? I'm gonna look at Quindella, I
Too
guess.
stunned to speak.
Too stunned. I'm just gonna say, what?
I said, are you daydreaming again? You always have your head in the clouds. Come on. The ceremony's gonna start soon.
Where are we?
What? Come on. And she starts pulling you.
Okay.
So, as you're going through, you begin to kind of surmise your age. You're probably in your early 20s, maybe even late teens, like 17 or 18. As you keep going, you and Quindella stop at what looks like this a butcher shop. Regular meats that you've seen before. As it looks closed for the day. Quindella furiously bangs on the door. Let's see here. Purdy, come on, you're gonna be late. We've got to go. And then you see the door open, and you recognize this woman as well. Only she looks to be about 14 or 15, very tall in stature for her age. This is Herden, the barbarian member of the trio. You see that she's wearing a apron that is covered in what you assume is animal blood, as she takes it off and throws it behind her. I'm really sorry, guys. My father was really wanting to get an order filled. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna go along with it for now. Caleb's mind is
Hurdy.
blown, and I'm trying to figure it out as Animas at the same time. There's a
So-
lot of things going on.
Quindella says, I'm sorry, Hurdy. Marquez is just being really spacey today.
Do it.
She says, it's fine. You know, he's always thinking of where he could go, not where he is.
Do I
So
still
you
have
begin.
Do I still have like the memories and knowledge of what Animus just went through?
You're you, yeah.
Okay,
You are
okay.
Animus.
But I'm just now in
Yeah.
another body in a completely different
Yeah, who
memory
knows
of
where?
some sort.
Yeah,
Okay.
who knows where. So you see a trolley that's coming up, almost like in San Francisco, you know, the big trolleys that go up the hills. And then Quindella says, okay, let's go get there. And then the three of you hop onto the trolley.
I step
Completely.
on questionably, kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck am I getting on right now?
You also, it seems like you should pay for this, and then you realize you have no money on you. There's no such thing as money in this world. Nothing is paid for. It's all based off supply and more prosperity. You begin going up the hill in the trolley. Things are weird. You can also feel, you as Animus can feel the arcane energy of this area. There's like a low hum to everything. You notice that everyone on the trolley has some sort of magical essence to them, whether that be their clothing. You see one kind of older-looking elephant like man has a large what looks like a clock, but small. Pulling out a pocket watch, and you see the arcane mechanism that keeps it rolling. But no one's carrying weapons.
What do I have on me?
You have no weapons on you.
Do I have nothing on me like that? I don't have any like.
You-
can I go in my
you-
pocket like kind of just
So you
casually
begin
pocket?
fumbling around in your pockets. You have this small, what looks like a pencil, or a quill.
Okay.
You see a button on it.
It's a mechanical pencil, or is it a pen?
It is not a mechanical pencil.
It's a pen.
It is also not a pen.
What? Where am
I
I?
gotta figure it out. Where is this crazy place? You lost me. It's not a pen or a pencil. Come on.
It's the thing from Doctor Who.
I'm
actually a little scared to
what it
press.
is, yeah.
I'm just having this like moment of like, wow, what the like. I don't want to press a button on a pencil right now.
You see,
where am I?
You see Quindella. She pulls out what looks like a small crystal, and you see she begins to type on it. For us, it's like a cell phone. She begins to type on it, and she turns to the two of you and she says, Claire said that she's going to meet us at the ceremony, so we don't have to go pick her up.
I'm kind of like just watching everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Quindella like does this to you. She's like, "Hello, hello, are you there?"
Sorry,
Why'd you get that out?
Oh.
Do you want to get arrested?
No, sorry. I'll put it away. Good thing I didn't press the button. Jesus. No, sorry. I'll put it away. Just haven't been myself today, I guess.
Well, you always do have a lot of thoughts going on in that head of yours.
Yeah, I do.
You continue going.
Where are we going again? What ceremony?
The commencement ceremony?
Yeah.
Really?
No. Sorry, I feel like I've been to so many ceremonies lately.
You see Herden kind of rubs her neck a little bit. He's hopeless.
Oh my god.
Suddenly your vision fades. You come back, and you're now standing in a large crowd. And you see a large banner that reads Telmaros Induction Ceremony. You then see what looks like 5 men who are dressed similar to you, but yet a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more intact. And you see make an investigation check, and we'll say that you have a +3.
Can I have more than a +3?
With proficiency bonus. You have your proficiency bonus, and then Marques's investigation.
What if I don't have proficiency in investigation anyways?
Well, then you don't have proficiency in investigation anyways.
I have I it's a 5. I don't.
Okay. It's pretty obvious to see. Each of the 5 men have been given a special sword. And each of those swords on the hilt is the head of a dragon. One white, one blue, one red, one green, one black.
Is Marquez any of these guys? Or is Marquez just
No. You are in the crowd.
Okay.
You are in the crowd.
Am I
Everyone's
with
cheering.
Quindella and Herdy?
Yeah, you're with Herden, Quindella, and Clarcina. And they're all kind of
What was the last
having
one's
fun.
name again? I forget.
Clarcina. CLARSINNA.
Okay.
You see these 5 men as they all withdraw their swords and clang them all together, almost in a Three Musketeers style salute, as the crowd's going crazy, and you see fireworks shoot off. You then hear something. Almost as if it's like on your shoulder or behind you. They know not what the end times bring. And then a shiver goes down your spine. They will know the destruction of this world. And that will be where we end tonight's session.
What the fuck, Jacob? What the fuck? Where am I? Who am I? Is this me? I don't know. Is this the real me? Is this Animas? Am I Animas?
I'll do you one better. What is Animas?
What am I? Did I destroy the world? Who knows?
What are those?
Yes.
Yes,
you did.
Everyone, I want to say thank you all so much for watching. I know that the players enjoyed getting back into things. I wanted to give them something kind of light to get back into the feel, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Super light.
The definition of light.
Just a little
Yep.
light.
And we will try our best to be more consistent, but you know, life happens sometimes. And I'm gonna say I hope we see you next week.